Habakkuk he wanted to know what some of us wanted to know. It seemed like the wicked were just prospering all around him. When you look at Facebook and you look at the news and you look at Instagram and you look at TikTok, it seems that folks who don't care about God, who don't love God, they don't go to church, they don't pray, they don't study, they don't sacrifice, but it appears that the wicked are prospering. Here I am, Lord, I'm praying. Here I am, Lord, reading your word. Here I am studying. Here I am singing in a praise team. Here I am preaching. Here I am playing. Here I am ushering. And it seems like I'm the one suffering. So Habakkuk wanted to know, why is it that the wicked are prospering? He says the proud refers to the Babylonians who exalted themselves and bragged amongst their great power. His soul is not upright in him. The Babylonians had no regard for God, his commandments, or his people. But Habakkuk understood something. He said that the just shall live by faith. True righteousness in God is linked toward our faith. A proud person relies on themselves. A person who doesn't trust God relies on themselves. But the just, we rely on faith. We rely on God because we know who our supplier is. We know who our miracle worker is. We know who our door opener is. We know who God is to us. And so it may seem like the wicked are prospering, but I'm here to tell you this morning, brothers and sisters, that the wicked are not prospering. You are the one prospering. Because what good is it to live a life here on this earth, to have houses and mansions and cars and money, and then die and go to hell? It's better to struggle and to be saved than to have no struggles and to be unsaved. Because you got to understand something. Some folks are only going to post what they want you to see online anyhow. They're always smiling. They don't ever get into no arguments. We ain't ever got no problems. Every day is yay. Every day is great. I'm here to tell you that every day ain't going to be great. Every day ain't going to be a good day. Every day is not going to be a smiling day. But on those days when you don't feel like smiling, on those days when you don't feel like lifting up hands, I'm here to tell you that you've got to press through because you know that God is right there with you. So it doesn't matter what's happening around you. You've got to maintain your faith. So Matthew tells us, Pastor Jefferson, about faith over in Matthew 6:25 through 34. He says, first of all, don't worry. Don't worry. I want to tell somebody here today, you've got to stop worrying. He said, look at the birds of the air. He says, are you not much more value than they? What can you accomplish by worrying? Worrying will lead you to the hospital. Worrying will lead you to sickness. Worrying will lead you to strokes. Worrying will make you sick. Consider, he says, consider the things of the world and how God provides for them. Consider what Habakkuk said, that the wicked are prosper. If the wicked are going to prosper, if the wicked are going to have things, don't you know that God knows that you need things? Don't you know that God knows that you want things? Don't you know that God knows all of your desires? And he says, will God not provide for you, O you of little faith? And then he comes back and he says something again. He says, do not worry. He says, for the Gentiles seek after all the worldly things. The Gentiles seek after cars. The Gentiles seek after houses. The Gentiles seek after money. The Gentiles seek after... See, if salvation was all about houses and money and cars and where you can go and what you can do, then there would be no need for us to even come in and worship. See, salvation is not about all those things. Salvation is about seeking first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. And here's what Jesus said. He says that all these things will be added unto you.